Thank you very much for this very, very good opportunity for me to present my work, part of my work in my PhD research in University of Aberdeen. I'm Fredryk. I'm working in Marine Biodiscovery Center, University of Aberdeen. The title of my presentation is Mapping of the Secondary Metabolites Produced by Streptomyces strain BG81. Actually, these strains come from the sample that we take from Ghana, Western Africa, because my principal supervisor, Professor Marcel Jaspers, sometimes traveling across and then bring some gift for us to be working on, and then I'm on the line of this one, as well as my colleague, which is later on will be presenting some also on Streptomyces team. My main interest actually, because we already know that this Streptomyces produce a lot of interesting compound with different variety of biological application or pharmacological application. And then this is give us a very good opportunity to do something, and particularly if we can isolate some interesting compound and later on can test for some bioassay. But for this kind of work, I start from the beginning because I'll try to do some isolation from the sediment and then try to get the pure strain. This is a very good challenge for me because basically I'm not really a microbiologist, but I said to myself I'm a microbiologist by training. So this is a very good challenge, and thanks for Marcel for giving me this opportunity. And then after several attempted, and then I'll try to do something with this strain. Start from the preliminary inoculation, and then I continue on and on to get the pure culture. And then at last, finally, I get the pure cultures of my Streptomyces. And then I do a liquid cultures with a small scale first to see what I can get with this strain. And then later on, I'll do the large scale. I'm doing these things by simply extracting all of the broad culture with ethyl acetate as a normal protocol. And then I'll do the LCMS analysis on the broad cultures and the ethyl acetate fraction and also the water fraction. And I got these results. I got this kind of fraction in LCMS, which is around 22 in retention time. I got this fraction of 663, which is coupling with the dimer. So I'll try to check on the database, and I can't find any hits on this. This is a very good challenge for me because I can go within these results, I can go to the chemistry part, which is try to separate this and then isolate and purify the compound. I'm ongoing of this process now. And then after I get the pure compound, I'll do the complete structural elucidation. But I need to do a lot of work, especially I'll try to do something with the bioassay. I'll send some of my crude, the ethyl acetate fraction and the water fraction, to be tested for the bioassay in our Institute of Medical Science in University of Aberdeen, and I'm waiting for the results. I hope that I can complete with the complete structure of this, and I'm hoping that maybe even the time is very, very short, if possible, and then I can have a chat with you, which I know is an expert on this thing, some of you, and then I can maybe share some of my current results and also get some more information or some more advancement in order to get the better output and outcome of my research. And finally, I want to thank my supervisor, Professor Marcel Jaspers, and Dr. Rainer Abel, who's also here, present with me. And then also some of the audience that already give me a very, very good insight and also advice in order to improve my results later on. And thank you very much for your attention.
presentation. And we move on, but we still stay at Marine Biodiscovery Centre at the University of Aberdeen. And now it's PhD student Herayanto Sulisliu Putro, who is going to present some of his work. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. I know my name is not really easy to pronounce, even for Indonesian. Okay, I'm an Indonesian. And my works is a effects of different media and pH within the pH tolerant strain. It's Streptomyces erringtoni, which just published this January in 2013. And I work with Professor Marcel Jaspar's group with Dr. Rainer Abel, and I was happy to get this strain from Professor Michael Goodfellow, who take this from Cockle Park experimental farm in Northumberland, UK. And the idea of this research actually to apply the OSMAC approach. So it's a one strain, many compounds. So I try to to grow them in different medias. I try to grow them in different pH and see if there's a change, there's a difference between all those samples. And this is a short background about the Streptomyces erringtoni. So it's gram-positive, of course, it's actinomyces, and it has broad range of pH. So it's a pH, they can grow from pH 5 until 10. So, and it's kind of mesophile because it grows in 10 until 30 degrees Celsius. And we would like to know if we push it further in the higher pH, can the bacteria, can the Streptomyces cope with the different pH? And this is my result. Here there's a different media. I'm using GYE and ISP2, and you see there's in a retention time 7.24, and this is 7. It's not really clear. It's 7.22. It's they has same compound, but the difference is they have one big peak here in glucose yeast media, which I cannot find it in ISP2. So it means if we're using different media, I mean the OSMAC approach can be implemented. Also, this is I'm using different pH because I try to push a little bit further with the higher pH. So I try to grow them in the pH 10 and try to culture again in pH 11 and pH 12. And you can see in the LCMS profile, this peak is we lost the compound. It probably can be the compound can be degraded during the pH, the higher pH. And because of the different pH and those different media results in a very promising OSMAC approach. So right now we need to do a further purification because there's so many there that we don't know yet. And after the further purification, we're gonna do another LCMS and NMR to get the structural elucidation. And the bioassay, I mean, this bioassay doesn't have to be at the end of the process, but because this, what you call the smart chart, actually it's not really smart. So I don't know, I try to cope with, I cannot move it over here. But anyway, this is very promising for us to get as many compounds as we can get from one strain. Okay, and I would like to thank from the Bioprops Committee because funding me with the scholarship, and also from University of Aberdeen with the travel fund. And I would like to thank to all these Marine Biodiscovery Center or the groups. And also, last but not least, I noticed some statement. The word is more than enough to fulfill our needs, but never enough to fulfill our greed. But if your word is actinomyces, I think greed is allowed. Okay, thank you.